Hello, everyone, and welcome. It's Shanna. Hello, Tammy. Welcome. I decided to go live a little bit earlier this Sunday evening because Jay had something going on. And I thought we'd just get started a little bit earlier and then maybe we could hey, Tammy, welcome. And then maybe we could work on some additional stuff. So I've got some really, really fun stuff to work with. I know the crowd normally expects me at 8 o'clock. Hey, Jana, hey, Ruby, welcome. Glad you all could join. I was worried that guys might not know that I was starting a little bit early. I did post in my community that we would be doing that just to kind of give a heads up. Hey, Ann, welcome. Okay, so the crowd's starting to come in. And I thought that what we would do is we would work with some Spellbinders Wonderland product. And I have been a little overzealous and I've got a lot of stuff and we may or may not get through it, but we'll get through what we get through and we'll just have fun. And then the rest we can do, later in the week. So I'm going to start off by saying that let me switch screens real quick. I have got this holiday expansion pack, and I'm going to just kind of hold it up. It's from Spellbinders, and what it is that it's an expansion to the collar deck. And so if you have that, which I do, it's basically the stamp set and then all of the dies and everything that you can create your color deck. It has every color of their cardstock. And I've already done this with it and got it already. And then I've also got the wheel and I did this. And so what they've done is they've added to this. So you've got this expansion piece, and this is not all we're going to talk about, so just bear with me. And you can create your color deck to kind of correspond with this. Let me just show you real quick what I've done. So I've got the color deck, and there's 26 or 12 pieces in it. But hey, Gloria, welcome. But I've got 3 of them out because I've used this for my inspiration on what we're going to work with tonight. So we've got the cute little cat, and it has the places where you can put a 1x1 color square on there, or I did a 1/2 inch by 1 so that I could put the name of the color on it. I'll show you that in a minute. But just some really fun color schemes. And I'll tell you, if you're color challenged like I am, these are really helpful and fun. So this is the holiday expansion. And I just thought I would show it to you. There's some really fun ones that I'm going to work with. Now, when we did our Weekender kit, we did get some of those in it as well. Now, these I've not filled out with this, nor have I these. But I'll show you how I did the one for tonight. And then, as I move along, I'll do that. I will tell you, it does take a little bit of time. So let's just bring this one in. This is the Wonderland Snow Notes. And it is the die set. I have several die sets and I'll show you, but real quick, I just want to show you what I did with the color deck. And then we'll kind of look at all the product that I'm going to be showing tonight. So I took this really cute color deck here and I just kind of matched up some of these colors. Now you can choose whichever ones you want. I chose carrot, saffron, fern, peridot, and then raven for it. Just so you can see. You could choose, there's kind of a teal color in here and maybe a smoky blue or something like that, and then even a brown. But these are the ones I chose. And then I went ahead and made this just to show you. You die cut this solid piece out, and then you do your different colors in this, and you can layer it into a palette that you like. So I thought that was really fun. This is called the color swatch is what this is called here. I've got my little label in there, and I'm waiting for some magnetic sheets to get these in here, but I went ahead and did this. And the Raven, I used some VersaFine Clear ink and then used some white embossing to show on there, but the rest I just stamped in. And I just used my little stamp block for that. You can do it easy enough. So very, very cool. So this is what I've chosen for this particular card here. And we're going to work with this one tonight, but we've got several others. So I'm just going to show you the little snowmen, and they're singing fa la 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 la. Super, super cute. And I've got this stuff die cut out and ready to go. But I want to show you the other product. I have linked all the material in the description box below, and it is so much fun. So another die set that we have is we've got the Cocoa Wonderland. And I have chosen, did I lay it out? I've chosen a color swatch for it too. What did I do with it? It's around here somewhere, and I will get to it. But let me look. I think I may have put it with one of the other ones. Yeah. This is the color swatch that I chose for, I'm trying to get them straight, for this one, I believe. Let me look. I've got, oh, yeah. So this is the expansion pack here, and it's kind of got, this pinky color, and then you've got a more of a smoky blue, but I used what I had, and then kind of a darker, and then the gray. I feel like, have I got the right one? We'll figure it out. Anyway, so you can use these. Yes, this is the one that I chose for the Santa. So you can just use these for, it kind of has encouraged me to use some colors that I wouldn't normally use. So that's why I would recommend it. Janice says the singing snowmen are her favorite. Well, good, because we are going to work with that because I've got it all die cut out. Now, some of them I've got the pieces die cut out for, whoops, and some of them I don't. That was a piece of paper that I had kind of shading so that I don't get so washed out, but you're not looking at me now, so it won't matter. Anyway, so super fun. It really serves as some inspiration, and maybe encourages you to use some colors that you wouldn't normally use. So this is the Cocoa Wonderland and what I've got planned for it. And then I've got the Magi, which is the three Magi, and you get a 4-piece stamp set with it, and then you get the 11 cutting dies for it. And I've got it, and the color scheme that I laid out for it, I don't know what's happening. I had everything very, very organized, and now I've become disorganized. How does that happen? I'm sure it's here somewhere. Wonder if I put it inside my, I don't know. I'm not really sure what happened with it, but anyway, this is the color scheme that I have planned for it. And I did have the color deck somewhere, but it has jumped and misplaced. But anyway, so we're going to use these colors for this particular set. And then I also have, and this is super cute, I also have the car. This is called the Yuletide Ride. You love the Magi too, Jana? I do too. You like the snowman? And then for this one, I thought I would use this. I very rarely pull out my purples and some of those colors, so I thought we'd use that, and I've got it planned out. So I'm not sure how far we're going to get. We're just going to start playing and have some fun, and we'll just see what happens. So welcome, everyone. Hey, Queen Bee. Welcome. So let's just kind of get started, and hopefully I'll find my pieces parts. I don't know what happened, but I had them all organized very nice and neat. So let's go ahead and start with our snowman. And this is our color palette. And I've got some little snowy edges that I had made from some other cards, and I thought I could bring them in and use it for this. So I laid it with that. And then I also have the clear stamp of the month that has some sentiments on it. And I have some in here that have already been die cut out. But I used these stamps to create a background for our little snow notes. And then I took, and it looks like it maybe wasn't dry, but I took some um, white ink and just kind of splattered on there to kind of give it a fun look. We're going to cut this down a little bit, but I thought we would just get to assembling our little snowmen, and then we will go from there. So I did take the time, you guys, to actually print out the cover sheets for these. Normally I don't do that, and I thought I'm gonna step it up a notch and we'll cut them out, and so that I'll have them available. So I have die cut all my pieces out, and we're just gonna start assembling. So we'll just get kind of clear off some space here. Hey Nana, welcome. Glad you could join us. So we've got 3 of our little snow men here, and looks like they kind of go like this. This guy's leaning this way, and then this guy's leaning this way, if you can see it, and that's kind of how they go. And then I have got several different colors. I started out with a different color scheme with a Fa La La, and then I moved away from the red and I die cut some other ones out because I wanted to use this palette here. We've got a little arm here that has kind of ran away. So we're just going to get started assembling those, and we'll see what happens. So I want to make sure, I think we can get all 3 of them to fit like on an A2 size, and we can kind of cluster them up, and we can actually trim this down. I want to kind of trim this side down. I kind of let my snowflakes hang over the edge, and I thought we could trim the other side down. So I just want to show you, you have this die here, this one here, that has the mouth and then the buttons. And so you're going to want to die cut out 3 of those and then add that. So we'll just bring in our glue and we'll get it laid down. So you guys, if you've watched my daily videos, you know that I have been a little bit under the weather. I think my voice is finally back to normal. I mean, I was really struggling to try and get some of those voiceovers made because I was just really, really raspy and congested. So you see, if you use that, and I love that Spellbinders, I have got some ink or something on my hand. I've been ink blending, and you'll see that in a minute, but I love that they've started making these strips. I used to just cut like a little, square piece or something and lay it down on there. And now they've begun cutting all these pieces for these areas. So that makes it really nice. And you don't have to just kind of paper piece, which, you can use any of your scraps or whatever for that. But it makes it nice that they've already created the dies for that. So that'll get our little mouth on that guy. And we're going to just get to assembling because we've got a lot of pieces now. These are all the same size because it's just one die. So just kind of get them laid down on there. And then we need our little mouth. And I've got all these just in my little dish here. We'll turn this over so we can see that. I don't know. I'm getting kind of crowded. Hey, you do sound normal again. Glad you, yeah, thank you. Yes, I do finally sound normal. You guys notice the pink background? I kind of threw a fit last week because this is kind of an interesting story, I think. When I went to go live, StreamYard had forced me into putting in a credit card and to pay $1 for a week's trial. And then that week would have ended today because it was last week that I did it. And yesterday I was trying to end it because I thought, I'm not paying $44 a month for this. And then I clicked, discontinue or whatever the button was that they had. And it said, well, why didn't you do it? And I said, because it was too expensive, because it was $44. And it said, well, let us give you a discount for a month. So I thought, okay, I'll go ahead and try it for a month. And so it was considerably cheaper. And I thought, well, I'll just try it for a month. And so with that month, I've got all this background, and I was able to put, you can see I've got my logo up there, and I was able to do some of those things. So I'm stuck on Shanna's thing there. Shanna, you should keep Tazo Passion or simply balanced raspberry hibiscus permanently and drink twice a day. I need to because I don't know, I'm generally not sick, but it seems like I have had some of these, and I don't, I've had this summer cold, and I don't know if it's just, I really thought that it was from flying because we flew, to and fro, and on the flight home, there was a lady on there that was just coughing, and it got my attention, and I thought, oh no. She was, I don't know, a row or two in front and on the other side from me, but it was close enough that it kind of got my attention. But anyway, so yeah, then I promptly, um, kind of got sick. And okay, so these three noses are different. So I'm going to kind of lay them out and see if it looks like what direction they're going in. I don't have the guide. It looks like the tallest one goes on the guy in the center. And these are just their little carrot noses. And of course, they're looking up and they're singing to their heart's content. So, yeah, I think this is the order that they go in. Super fun. Yeah, Germany flights. Yeah, it was Germany flights for sure. We had a really great vacation, a nice time and everything. And the flights were good, other than I think maybe somebody coughing might have gotten me sick. But fortunately, nobody else in the family got sick from it, just me. So, and it really, the first day, well, I realized I had a fever, and then I was like, okay, you're sick. And then I didn't watch the kids the next day. I didn't have them on Monday. Normally I have them on Tuesday. And I texted my daughter Monday night and said, I'm running a fever. And she's like, okay, you're not watching the kids tomorrow. And I'm like, nope. So, and then by Wednesday, I was feeling better, but still, I didn't have a fever. I'd been watching it all day Tuesday. And, but I was still really, really having a hard time talking and stuff. So here we've got our three little snowmen, and just kind of pick them up and give you a little look-see. And you can see how they go. Super cute, very simple, die cut pieces. And then we've got some additional things. I've got some die cutting hairs on there. So we have their little arms, and I think I want to position them and make sure they're going to fit on my card base like that. So let's bring this in. We're just going to, I guess, audition it, as Jana would say, and kind of get them positioned. I want to, yeah, I think I am going to be able to cut this down. Let's go ahead and do that. And I did put my, put this away. Hopefully I have some card bases that I can grab. I think we're going to go to 3 3/4 by 5 is what we're going to do. And that way we'll have a little bit of a layer, a little seam, and we'll be able to layer around it is what I'm thinking. Now, I have this, and I don't know if we need it. I think it'd be fun to add a little snowy element, but they're going to kind of get lost on it. So maybe not. Maybe we'll just go with a black background. We can use that for something else if we want. So we've got our little, let's see. Let's get these two little guys laid down here. And get a fill for it. And then this. Yeah, we want to put him underneath. So I think we'll pop up our middle guy. And we're going to do something like this. So let's go ahead and put their arms on, and then we can position them how we want them, I think. So we have this arm here that I think is going to go on maybe this little guy. We should have several. I've got 2, 4. I need one more. Where's my little arm? Oh my goodness. Go figure. I'm missing a little arm. Now, how can that be? I take all my time to try and get them lined up, and then I'm missing one. So this one would go here. This one goes here because this is the guy holding the book. Where's my little die? I wonder if it's stuck inside my, oops, stuck inside my little die. My little arms flew out here. Nope, it's not. It must have jumped away. I've got this magnetic on my glass board, and when you do that, it just automatically pulls all your dies away from you, and it creates a situation. So where is some brown that matches what I got? I'm telling you what, the best laid plans don't always come together. See, there it is. I die cut them all out of that. So I need the long. Oh, I see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You only get 5. That's what happened. So I didn't lose one. Let's see. Anything for losing. Let's see, Nanette's immune system. For losing weight. Let's see. Oh, okay. I see. So she's asking Queen Bee if there's anything for losing weight. And Queen Bee, Nana, if you incorporate green tea or water and first is I will tell you, I am a big green tea drinker. And yes, it does help you to lose weight. But I drink a lot of green tea. It's just my thing. It's not a lot of people's thing. In fact, when I go to Starbucks to pick it up, it's sitting there. I know it's mine because not a lot of people drink that, but I do regularly, and it definitely is a great thing for that. And if you need some other ideas, I will tell you that intermittent fasting is another way to lose weight. And what that is you just have an eating window, and you only eat during that window, and you don't eat outside of that window. And it can be a variety of, I do a 16-8, which means I eat in an 8-hour window, and I fast for a 16-hour window. And that works. And along with that, if you're really curious, and this might be more than what you want to know from me, is carb cycling, where you have a couple of low carb days and you have some regular carb days. And what that does is it kind of tricks your metabolism. And so that works really well. Anyway, so that might be more than I know. Why does it work? I don't know why green tea works, but it really does. Well, for one thing, it is, I think it's like it's got some caffeine in it or whatever, which kind of helps jumpstart you. And then, just the elements and stuff that's in it, and no sugar. So, and if you're drinking sugary drinks and you move to a drink that's not sugary, you're bound to have some type of success. Anyway, so that's that. And maybe Queen Bee has Nana, because all of those 3 drinks signal your body that you're going to begin your weight loss journey. Yep. So anyway, that's what I do when I need to. But I mostly just drink tea. I don't drink pop. I will drink root beer occasionally if we go to like Culver's or something. I love the root beer. Or if we go to the root beer stand, I get root beer. But otherwise, I stay away from sugary drinks. I drink my coffee black and my tea unsweetened. And it does make a difference. Okay, so this is our main dude. And he's got these arms that are holding the book. So I need to look at my picture so I make sure I get it right. Oh, we have scarves too. I wonder if we should put the scarves on yet. Maybe we should add the scarves first, and then we'll add our hands. So I'm kind of all over the place. So I've got scarves in the saffron, and I just die cut all of them out of each color because I was like trying to, if you want to try and hold your die, on part of the color and I was like, nope, just all of them in each color, and then I can just work around that. So, oh, Queen Bee says she has her grandmother's holistic remedies. It was an inheritance for me. That is awesome. I have one of my good friends is very much into holistic, and she's always given us the, the whatever we need, the recipe or the prescription for whatever it is that we need. So that's fun. Okay, so I think now they did put the green one on the guy in the middle, and I am going to use it for the guy in the middle, but we've got some other colors that we're going to use. So you've got like the scarfy area here that you're going to lay down on there. And then you have got like the, I guess the hangy down part is what I'm going to call it. And so you could do like this and layer it up. So I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and get it laid down on there. And I've got some little hairy pieces. And I need to move if we're going to get some of this stuff done. Now, anything I don't work on, I'm going to work on my channel later this week. So you'll see, I've already got the Country Christmas videos lined up and ready to roll on my channel this week. There's a couple, I don't know, 2 or 3 more of them left that are going to run. But we'll run some of these as well. So we're just going to get this laid down on there. Yeah, the intermittent fasting, and there you can, like I said, I do a 16/8, but you can do like a, 14/10 or whatever. I don't know. You can do whatever works best for you. We have found, my husband and I, that it is very easy for us to skip lunch or breakfast, and then go into lunch is what we do. So basically, and typically I'll begin my eating at 11 and then stop my eating at 7 p.m. And I do that because the boys, they want to eat early. And so I'll do it that way for them. And so then I'm on their schedule. So that's how I do it. And then, you can adjust it a little bit if you've got, things going on or whatever. You got to make it work for you. But okay, so here's all my little bits and pieces. And I want to put, this one's kind of fun. It's got a, I did that one. So we move this one out of the way. And we have this one that has this piece. I'm just using my other, or my sheet here for the guide, just to see what I'm doing, just to make sure I'm doing it right. And we can lay that down. And this one can have 2 pieces, like you've tied it in a knot. Isn't that cute? Very cute. All right, so let's go ahead and get it laid down there. Nana says, well, I'm 65. Yeah, as you get older, you have to kind of get a little more creative with, have you guys seen, I'm losing my train of thought there, you got to get more creative with, strategies if you want to lose or maintain or whatever. But have you guys seen that over 50 chair yoga stuff? They've been showing a bunch of that on my feed. I don't know why, but I'm like, ooh, that looks like fun. So it says click here to get a free download, but it's a whole racket, whatever it is. You don't get it. You have to, I don't know, sign up for it or whatever. So I think that one could go that way. That's cute. So you can see we're using the color palette for that. You share it throughout your live stream premieres. Now I've not caught a lot of them. I have caught some, but I'm gonna have to check that out. Isn't that cute? Chair yoga. Yeah, they just keep saying for women over 50, this chair yoga. And basically you sit in a chair and they have all of these all these little positions that you can do to kind of get your mobility back and stuff. If you have, it says for women over 50 who've never worked out or whatever, or haven't worked out in years. I think that's a little slogan that they use for it. But anyway, it is interesting to me because I think yoga sounds fun. And it's been a minute since I've been in the gym. I used to go to the gym with my husband all the time. He is a regular gym guy, and he likes to work out. But with the kids and, my crafting and just different things I've got going on, I haven't been doing it. Now, I am a big time walker. I do like to walk. I like to get my steps in and all that. But that's about it. I do have, and I cleaned out my closets this weekend. I got rid of about, I don't know, probably 8 or 10 bags of stuff from our closets this weekend. And Pat came home and I had my car full, and I said, we need to go to Goodwill. And I said, okay, let's go. So we went and got rid of it. But I found my gym bag, and I have a lot. I've got some, like that ball that you would go side to side with, and I've got some weights and some bands and stuff like that. And I thought, I need to just get that out, and then I can just work out from home again. So let's figure out where we want this to go. This is our center guy. And I'm actually glad it goes there because I have a little bit of glue there that's made me kind of unhappy. And I think we'll just, and I've got that layered up with the white on there. So let's just go ahead and get it glued down. Oh, I try to get the 10,000 in. I use, I have the Apple Watch, and it's paired with my phone. And well, you can see I haven't done much on my green today. It was Sunday, but anyway, I try to get 10,000 in every day. And I try to make sure I get the 12 hours of stand, and then the 300, whatever that is, the activity thing. I try to do that. And then another thing, I know we're talking about all this, various live streams or premieres. I wasn't very clear up above, but I meant to type, was in various live streams or premieres. I type about holistic remedies only when someone asks about it. Oh, okay. Okay, I see what you're saying. Anyway, so I try to, follow what my watch tells me to do. And the other thing that I do, and I know this is a lot, but it seems to work, is I use my Fitness Pal and I log my food. There is a big part of knowing what you eat. And I do that because I do that carb cycling, and you can watch your macros in that. And so, it's not calories. I'm not counting calories. I'm watching my macros. I'm watching how many carbs, how many fats, how much protein. That's what I do. Isn't this cute? Tammy's lost weight really quick and doctors are concerned. Oh yeah, they'll be checking to see if there's, some unknown reason for that. So yeah, you have to be careful about losing weight, too quickly. And as you get older, and if you have health issues, a lot of times your doctor will say, don't lose any weight. My mom had that when she was sick. He said, don't lose any weight. You need that weight. So that's important too. But let's see if we can tuck him in a little bit, because we're going to be, I did 3 3/4 by 5, so I'm going to have to kind of keep it a little bit tight. And then I think this little arm goes over here. And we'll get it tucked in there. Aren't these little guys cute? So cute. I wish I had some music notes or something. I think that would be fun with it. And I wonder if I do, and I just needed to dig for them or something. I don't know. Okay, so now this is where we need to figure out how we get all of our little arms positioned appropriately to where they're like, in the picture here, they're like, singing, and they kind of have it behind the other guy's head. So it's going to be tight. I think it could be like that. So I'm going to do it like that. I think it'll be all right. So actually, the arm has to come down here. So you guys liking all the Christmas in July stuff? Let's see what all we're saying. Nana, you're most welcome. Happy to share the knowledge I have with others. My grandmother smiling down from him. Oh, that's so sweet. Change should be in about 4 months. Oh, okay. Yep. Yeah, with the carb cycling and the intermittent fasting, you will notice something right away, right off the bat, and then, then it'll be more moderate. But anyway, you don't want to do too fast because anytime you lose too fast, you're going to gain it back fast too. Let's see what we can do with that. All right, so what have I got for my panel? I was trying to think what I had in mind for this, and I had not that one. I was going to bring back in one of the colors that we used from our color palette for our background. And I thought I had some of these here that I've die cut stuff out of that we could use. Now I have this one we could use, and let's see how that would look. That could be pretty with the green. We might do that. Let's just audition this and see how this looks on there with our green. Got to get his little hand. I might need to add a little glue to them and get them glued down on there. Isn't that cute? Yeah, let's do that. I think we can use that one, and because we've got the fern here and the fern here. And this is from the Country Christmas. If you guys have been watching my channel, I've been using this like crazy because I love it. So much detail. I didn't link it in the description box below, but you definitely could pick that up as well. It is, I have linked it in all my other videos. This is a different card base. I'm not sure what this is. That's weird. I don't know where I got that. Okay, so let's just use a white one. All right. Let's see what's going on. You're going to have to get this die set. I love it. You love the Christmas in July? I think it's been really, really fun. The Merry Moments kit. Oh, yeah, I got it. In fact, Janet, she's asking if I got the Merry Moments kit. I did, and I worked with it. I actually brought that baby out last week and worked with it on our Monday with Mina Crafts, and I made some cards with it. I was on the struggle bus with it because I was ill prepared. I didn't prepare, but we're going to do Christmas tomorrow at 10 a.m. as well, and she's going to bring in some of her club stuff, I think, and work with it. Some of mine hasn't come. I got the pieces, parts that they send to me through my affiliate, but the stuff I order, it hasn't arrived yet. This is one of them I got, was the clear stamp of the month, and then I got the press plate, which we're going to use, the glitter plate, which we're going to use maybe on a card. And so anyway, but tomorrow we'll work with that Merry Moments kit. And if we get a minute later, I'll show it to you because I've got it down underneath my desk. But yep, I did get it, and I love Spellbinders, and I'm thrilled that they are bringing some kits out because I used to subscribe to all of their kits, loved them, had a blast with them, and yeah, that's what it was, and just really enjoy working with them. So do I want to layer? I'm just thinking, whoops, shifted my board there, excuse me. I'm just thinking that I might like a separation of white just between that. I think that's what I'm going to do. So we got 3 3/4 by 5. And we're just going to do just a little bit. We'll go, we're just going to do a smidge on here. Because I don't want much, but I want a little bit just to go around there. Just a little tiny frame. And hopefully I have cut it right to where it's going to look decent. So just a little tiny white edge around there I think will look lovely. Let's do that. Yeah, that's the kit. And it's got 5x7 and A2 size card bases and envelopes and just tons and tons of stuff. So lots and lots of fun. So I'm hoping to work with that tomorrow. Okay. Get this positioned how I want it. I swear, I can. Do you guys have trouble getting your layers? I'm telling you what, I can never get a layer right for some reason. I feel like it's longer on the bottom here than it was. And then when I go to cut it, I cut it too short. It's just a reoccurring problem that I have. There we go. I think that'll work. All right, so we got that. Let's go ahead and get it laid down on here. So in addition to, all this Christmas stuff I have from Spellbinders, Jan and I have, I think it's this weekend. Yeah. Yes, it is. On Friday, we're going to do some unboxings of some Cat Scrappiness new release, and then we'll have a hop on Saturday. And so that'll be fun with some new products. And then the following Friday, we're going to do it again. So she's got a couple different releases that are coming out, and we're gearing up for that. So here's our panel. I think it's fun. Now we're going to get our little pieces laid down here. And it's just now 8 o'clock. I don't know how you guys are doing, but I thought I usually run 8 to 9. And so I thought, well, since Jay, wasn't on, I could probably start a little early and then maybe even go my regular time and show some product. Let's go ahead and get this guy laid down. Because I've got a lot of product from Spellbinders right now. I'm just trying to really get it cranked out. I am a Spellbinders girl. I love their stuff. And I think I mentioned on my live, I don't know if it was Monday or last Sunday, that my Scout had a little problem with it. The little plastic pin in the flip down part had broken and I was having trouble with it. And I emailed Spellbinders and they were on it. And I was so thankful. So they've got a new one coming and I'm looking forward to that. So I'm really pleased. Their customer service was just awesome. So they are a great company. I'm telling you, love it. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. You're loving watching me. Oh, I appreciate that. I really, really do. I know a lot of our community thinks I'm a little crazy because I do so many videos, but it's just something I started. And when I start something, by golly, I like to finish it. So anyway, it's 5:12 on the West Coast. Is that PM or AM? I think it'd be. Is it PM? I think it is 8:12 here. So there are 3 hours difference. And I know some of my friends are up later that are, in different time zones, but isn't that cute? So cute. And, the black background, is pretty dark and you might not want to go with that. But I, was using this color scheme here and just wanted to, and I liked how they had this black scenery here. And, you could have pulled in like that gray, that blue gray or whatever, but the black and the orange, it just spoke to me. And so that's what I decided to do. You usually get the big Spellbinders kit, but you didn't get it this year. You didn't fill the color scheme this year. Okay. I think it had some pinks and stuff in it. I don't know where those cards are that I did, but I like to try different color schemes and stuff. I really like to get a a religious Christmas kit, and I will look for that and find that as well, because I do like to do that. Now we do have the Magi here tonight that we can use, which we'll make some Christmas cards with. But how many dies do we have? 11. I am missing one. Oh, here it is. There it is. Okay. Like to keep track of my dies. What? Let's see. What do you use as a camera? I've never asked anyone before. I use an iPhone 15 and it works just fine. So I have a fancy camera that I use to take pictures of my family with, but I've never used it to video. I hook my iPhone up and it works beautifully. It has a good camera on it. It's not even the Pro. I should have got the Pro. I don't know what I was thinking when I bought it. I didn't get the Pro, but it works wonderfully. And then what you're seeing, my facing is just a Chromebook laptop that I run my StreamYard off of, and it's got a camera on it, and that's what I use, and it's super simple. And I have done it before. I didn't do it this year, but I can take my um, iPhone and some card making materials and rig up and take it while I'm on vacation. One year we were in a condo and it had the upper cabinets and then the countertop. And I just opened the cabinet door, laid my iPhone in there with the camera part facing out, and just made my videos there. Now, this year, of course, I made all my videos in advance before I left for vacation. But yeah, super, super simple. So what did I do? I've got my sentiment. And I had die cut out the black because I was going to layer it with the red and just kind of offset it. But I don't need to do that since I'm laying on black, but I think I'll layer it up just for the dimension and just to strengthen it, because this is some really heavy duty black that I've got this laid on. So we'll just layer this up. And this says fa la 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 la, which goes, do I have that in the right direction? I do not. Well, let's just lay this down on here and then I'll glue it up. Anyway, so yeah, you don't have to have expensive equipment to run. And up to this point, I'll be real honest with you, I've been running free StreamYard. And it's 2:16 a.m. I knew I had somebody in the chat and that it was really late for. Now, I can relate because there's lots of times at 2:16 a.m. that I am awake and I am watching YouTube. So I just brought this in. It might be more fun to have used one of the brighter colors on there. But at the time I was doing it, I didn't know I was going to use this. And I only had the songbook in the green. And so that's why I chose to die cut it out. But I think it's cute. Gloria says, Anne, you should be asleep. Go to sleep. So there's that. I think it's cute. All right. What do you guys want to do next? So we've got the Magi. We have the Cocoa Wonderland. We have the Magi. And we have the Yuletide Ride. So are there any preferences for what we work on? Yuletide Ride's going to take a minute longer. So we maybe work with a cup or the 3 Magi. So I think we got time. Let's just see. Any preferences? Cocoa. All right. First come, first serve. So I'll lay these aside and we will get our cocoa. I got to find my bits and pieces for it. This is it. So this is handy because I die cut that out too. I didn't die cut them all out. Thank you, Queen Bee. What may I ask? Oh, B probably is your name. I was going to say what's your name, but it's probably B. So this particular one has 20 cutting dies, and you can see here they didn't use the whipped cream on it, but you have the whipped cream, and then you've got trees and just all these fun embellishments and everything. And hello to Norway from Central California. Norway is where Anne is from. That is awesome. Well, Anne joins us pretty regularly, and I'm very thankful for it. And I know it's late for her. This is the color scheme that I had chosen for it. It's got like the pink and the blue gray, and then I'm using peridot, and you've got some darker green and white and black. Just fun, fun, fun. So what I chose for this, and I'm going to try and speak intelligently on this, is we have got the Bellini, which I think represents the house here pretty well. It's not exact, but it's pretty close. And then I'm bringing in Let me get all my colors. I hear my husband sneezing his head off in there, so hopefully I haven't made him sick. I'm bringing in Sicily because I think this door down here looks a little bit darker and it's got some different streaks in it, and so do some of the ornaments. And then I'm also bringing in the Cascade. It's not exactly, this is a little bit more of a blue-gray. Kind of puts me in the mind of that stormy sky that they used to have. They don't have it anymore. I have some of it, but I decided to use what was current. And then I also am bringing in the charcoal, I think, or the, where's that color at? Here we go. It is, it's not Anchor. What color is that? Is it on my wheel? Oh, here we go. Well, I don't think I have it on my wheel. Anyway, let me look. Somewhere on my swatches. I'm not seeing it. It's not fog. Anchor. I think it's Anchor. No, that's darker than Anchor. Well, you guys can tell me in the comments below. I'm not sure. So your father gave me the nickname Queen Bee since you was born. Your government name is only in government offices. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, your name's not B at all. That's okay. You can go by that. My father and my uncle, when I was a kid, called me Toad. And that was my nickname, Toad. Isn't that interesting? So, I guess when I crawled like a toad. Jana, remember, Jana, she's got a memory like a steel trap. I'm telling you what, she's got a great memory, and she is very, very helpful to me. Reminds me of things that I have forgotten. So, well, I hope Jay's having fun. He said and I don't think he'll care. He said he had some kind of a retirement party at the church for one of his friends, and it involved ice cream, and he could not turn down ice cream. So hopefully he is having a good time. What am I got going on here? I keep forgetting to change the chat on the screen, so I apologize for that. So here I've just got a piece of white fun foam, and I thought it would be nice to pop up his beard or his mustache. So this is his mustache, and I thought we'd just give it a little bit of dimension there. Now this is interesting because this is, your Santa. Here's where his little mustache goes and his little face and stuff. But these little things here, you can kind of push them up a little bit. They're cut, but they don't cut out all the way. And so you can just kind of push them up, and it's going to give you some dimension on the beard. So I'm just going to go through here and just push these up. And I did die cut all of the pieces out for it, but I'm not sure what all we're going to use because there is a lot, and we shall see. So I think we might want to put his little face in. And for this, I did use the chiffon, and you got to pop his little eyes out like that. And we've got the little eye piece and the little mouth piece. So let's go ahead and put those on. And this is the first time I've assembled this, so if I do something wrong, you guys will have to tell me, but I think we'll get the gist of it. So we've got a little eyes on there, and we have the cutest little eyebrows and cheeks. So let's go ahead and bring the eyebrows in, and we'll get it laid down on there. Let's see. Trying to keep it to where we're not really messy on my last minute here. Earlier when I was die cutting this stuff out, I had crap everywhere. I was teetering and doing my die cutting, and I was like, oh, why don't you just clean it up? And so I took a minute and kind of got it cleaned up a little bit, but I had stuff piled high and it was driving me nuts. I've got to do I got to tell you guys, we talked about me ordering the Empress on the live last week. And Jim, which I don't think Jim's in the chat, I haven't seen him. Jim had said that HSA had it on sale. And he actually put the link in the chat. And then, I don't know, the next day or whenever, Shanna was perusing HSN and she gave me that link again. And because I had never purchased from HSN before, I was able to get it for, I think didn't I get an extra 15% off? And so that'll be coming on the 17th, I think is when it said it would ship. And I also have a new printer. So I thought it's time to do another craft room tour because I've got enough new things and changes that I think I need to show you guys my craft room again. I haven't shown it since I bought that wood piece at the rummage for $5 and assembled it, and it is outstanding. So I need to show you that as well. Now I have some cheeks in here. And I think I decided that no, I didn't, because I didn't want to do that because I have my chiffon face. So I'm going to have to make my cheeks a little bit darker than my face. So we need to bring in an alcohol marker, which I'm going to have to grab one. So give me just a second and I will get that. And I don't know what pinks I want to use because who knows what'll look good with it. I think I might use that one just because we've kind of got that color tone. Anyway, so I've got some new stuff coming, so I probably need to do a little video and show you kind of the changes and things that are changing in my craft room. And I always like that. That's fun. I've got, I don't know, 2 or 3 videos on my channel where I've done craft room tours, where I've assembled products and stuff like that. You're always getting up on your live streams. Oh yeah. The 6-year-old just rolled his eyes at me while the 25-year-old just looked at me pensively. Oh my goodness. Anyway, well, I'm glad you guys are having a hearty little chat there as I'm just rambling on about everything. My sister, we were supposed to go to, I don't know if you guys probably, if you're in Indiana, you may not be familiar with it, but we were going to go to Shipshewana this weekend with the church. And the weather was going to kind of be iffy. Turned out it was good, but my sister and my girlfriend that I was going to go with, we were kind of worried about the weather. And then my sister just made an executive decision because I had been so sick. And she's like, I've been watching your video. You sound horrible. We're not going. And she goes, I'm calling him and let him know. So we didn't wind up going to Shipshewana this weekend, which actually turned out okay because I did have stuff I need to do. Oh my gosh, now it's starting to come together. It's going to be cute. All right, let's get this little guy laid down here. Make sure I'm not missing anything. So you've got very good etched detail in there. Can you see that? Got a lot of light white going on there. And so it shows you exactly where to put this. So I'm just going to get it laid down on there. I want it. And then we've got our little mustache that goes on there. And I've got a lot of layers here. I've got the foam and then the layer, and so it's really thick. Not a lot of layers, just a lot of dimension is what I mean. So I think I'm going to do that. And because we're layered up on this, I might even bring in, do I have any of those little bitties? Yeah. Whoops. I'll bring in some of these little bitties and put it on the side just so we have an even dimension. Oops. Kind of running out of those. I need to get some glue ordered and some foam pieces. Let's see, it's 8:30. We're doing okay. Shanna, we are listening to you and typing about our stories in here too. Yeah, I know. I know. I do it too. Okay. So if you see that, and then I've got the little pieces kind of pushed up to give some extra dimension in there. So you can just take them and just kind of push them up. Better if you do it from behind and just push them. There we go. That is cute. All right, now we have the mug to our arm, and this is where I'm going to bring in that darker gray color. The arm to our mug, I should say. I think I said the mug to our arm. And we'll just get it laid down on there. I've got the fan going in the living room blowing in here, so I don't know if you hear that or not. I usually ask and everybody says I can't hear it, but I just always want to mention that because if it's noisy. But it is a little bit warm in here because this was originally a sunroom. So this is that Sicily paper, and I thought I would just lay it down on here. I thought it would look good with the that chiffon, and we'll just layer it up. I'm liking the new Color Wheel cardstock. I was kind of bummed about it when they did it because I was in love with the other. But I am liking, I've decided that I like the new colors. So you need to get Barely Art refill. I do too. Mine was actually, and I'm just pulling this stuff out of here. I've got it all die cut and ready to go. I've got all my colors and everything. I'm about out of my glue, and so I need to get some more ordered. I think it goes the other direction. It does. Okay. So this is really just kind of a little element here. I paid a lot when I was prepping. I paid a lot of attention to the colors and what I was going to do, but I didn't do much with the actually the background in that. So I'll be winging it when it comes to that part. Isn't that cute? Aren't those colors really cute? Oh, let's see. When I was little, I had to help Santa. Like you had a Santa cup like that. Oh, how cute! Anna, someday my random phrases might appear on merchandise, and so when people read them, they might think back and say, "Oh yeah, Miss Queen Bee type that." That's funny. Yeah, what a cool Santa mug. Yeah, I think it's very fun. Now, I did see Tina Smith make it without the handle, and she actually took a die cut and made it circular. And so she put it on a circle die and it had the stitched edge around there. So I did see her do that, and that is fun. And you can do whatever you want with it. But we've got all these little bits and pieces. Now you on here they're not showing the icing, they're just showing all the packaging and stuff. But I thought we could put the icing or the whipped cream on there and then add some of our bits and pieces. I didn't think it would hurt anything to do that. So I think that's what we're going to do. It may turn out okay or it may not turn out okay. We'll find out. I don't generally do my cards in advance. I know a lot of times people make theirs in advance and then they just copy it on the lives. I don't. I just wing it. I just have fun and just do whatever with it. Now, I didn't feel bad about using the same color whipped cream as this because I thought we would embellish it with some of these other things. And I might have maybe needed to tuck them in instead of laying that down. So let's backtrack on that. So let's go ahead. We've got some really cute ornaments, and let's use this one because we're going to lay it on there. We've got some skinny trees and some bigger trees, some bows. We've got some trees that are the just the cone type that we can add on there. I'm just going to lay all these out. And some stars that we can add on our trees and some ornaments. And so I thought we'll just kind of get some of these assembled and we'll just play around with how we want to do it. So the blue I die cut out for the gray because I wanted to bring some more of that color in and use it. So we'll just get some glue on here and try to layer it up, not make a mess out of it. So I mentioned to you guys, I am in charge of vacation Bible school decorating for the church. And I'll tell you what, I've been doing some die cutting, but I'm starting to stress out about having to do all of that and doing a good job of it. My sister is helping me and she just keeps saying, it'll be okay, it'll be okay. But I'm like, oh, I want it to be good. We're just going to use some different color. We're going to mix and match our colors on here because that's what I have die cut out. Gotta kind of look and see how they did their little. Just basically put your little hanger on here like that. That's what we're going to do. Now our colors are all supposed to go together according to our little color swatch, so we'll just mix them up and then we've got that. I think it's cute. It's actually shipwrecked is what the theme of it is, and so I think it'll be okay. But I had a circle in the other color too. Well, we'll just layer this one up. I think my die cutting pieces are like hopping out of my container there or something. And then we'll lay this down on there. Maybe. It's moving. There we go. And then we have this ornament. And we'll just bring in this color for it. We have some packages too. It is Spellbinders paper that I am using. It ran off with the arm. The arm ran off with the ornament. It grabbed it and took off. I figured out that I did not die cut out the arm because there were only 5 and not 6 on there, but I thought for sure that I had die cut out both colors of the ornament, which I know I did. It'll show up later. It's probably, yep, it's on the floor. Usually when I lose something and then after the live I get done and I'm like, oh, there it is on the floor. So I think I might save that for this because I'm thinking I want to lay that color on it just because it's going to lay on the whipped cream. All right, let's do this. Let's see. Yeah, the paper that I'm using, the cardstock that I'm using is Spellbinders. I love it. It is a little bit more expensive, but it is good and heavy, and the colors are beautiful. Now, I know Concord and Ninth has gorgeous colors. I've never bought theirs, but they do have gorgeous colors as well. There's lots of places that you can get really nice cardstock. You can get it from Michael's, too. You can get cardstock from Michael's. It's not as heavyweight. They have some good options, and I do have some Michael's in my stash, but it is my preference to use Spellbinders because I love it. Let me go with that. Okay, so we've got that. So, and I also even die cut out this kind of gray flower. That might look kind of interesting on that gray tree. Might look kind of interesting on that. So let's go ahead and put a star on there. And I've got a couple different stars over here. I did it in multiple colors. See if I can get a hold of that. I'm gonna chase it around. All right, there we go. And we gotta get it laid in the right direction because this, whoa. Now see, that's how stuff runs away. Just flies across your desk. There we go. We'll get it laid down on there. I think I like bringing more of that gray in. So kind of just figure out how we want to get it all together. That's going to look cute. And I want to bring some of that blue in because that is some of our color from our color. It's not exactly right, but it's what I had. Let's go ahead and lay this one down on here. I don't know how much we're going to get on here, but we'll make it our best effort to get quite a bit of it on there. I mean, because there is a lot. Get in there. Okay. Whoops, that's upside down. Clustering, that's the hard part. You have to learn to cluster. All right, I like the gray. I'm going to get the gray laid down on there. That way stuff stops moving around on me. I don't like that. That's cute. Oh, we got our ornament. I think I want to put an ornament over here. And then, wow, good heavens. I've got static clinging and everything is static clinging to me. Let's see, Shanna, I'm under 60 away from unlocking 3,000 in my international channel. That is awesome. I, right now, am shooting for 2250. My husband said, is that a goal? And I said, well, yeah, there's always, you know, I create little goals for myself. And so that is awesome. You're well ahead of me. What I have to Google and see who in Norway have Spellbinders paper. Yeah, I don't know about that. Oh, it's so cute. So cute. I want to bring this blue one in. I think it's coming together. So I've been, you know, because I do the daily videos. I mean, I try to promote the heck out of it, but it's a slow process. How old is your channel, Queen Bee? Trying to think when I started mine. Mine's only a couple years old, I think. It's only got a couple years. So it is a process. It does take time. I like it. Okay. They say it takes a while just for YouTube to recognize that, you know, it is a valid, you really are running a valid channel and all that, and then they start promoting you more and stuff like that. But I get surprised every once in a while when I show up in my feed. I'm like, oh, they're actually showing me. So it is something that requires a lot of patience, for sure, because it's not something that, you know, unless I don't know, some people have fast success. I don't know how. I've studied it, not figured it out yet. But it is something that you have to be patient with. And just keep plugging away. That's what I've done. Okay, so now we need to build our background. And what did I have in mind for this background? I had all of this. Oh, this was my Magi. That was my car. Oh, I was thinking that I would reuse some of these panels and layer up. And that's what I was thinking I would do. So I need to find where they all went. I had done some little splattering and stuff. Oh, here we go. And I did that thinking I would use maybe that on something, but I don't think I want to use it on this. I don't know, it could be kind of fun. It's not actually, give me a minute here. I think I'm gonna bring this color back in. I think that could pop, maybe. Let's see. We need a layer of white too, so we are going to layer these babies all up. So let's see. I think I can use one that I have already gutted partially. Cut it down and then bring a white in, and we'll do that. So let's do that. Okay. So what can we cut this down to and still have a decent margin? I think we can do 4 by 5 1/4, and we'll still be able to layer it up. I like to do that so that I don't waste my cardstock. And so if I can get it out and B says that her channel anniversary is upcoming this week on Friday. Well, that is fun. Okay, so I'm going to need a white panel or something to that effect. Let's see what this looks like if we did this. Nope, we're going to use white. Okay, so let me grab white. And we're just going to step down. Let me check this. I'm standing up so I can see what I'm doing. Is that a good? Yeah. And then 5 1/4. I don't want to do that side. Just trying to make sure I have a good even. It didn't look even to me. Do it this way. Does that look even? Okay. All right. So we need a card base. Got lots of, that's not a card base. I brought in some colored ones, but I don't want to use that. I brought the colored ones in for the purple, is what I was thinking. So I'm just going to grab a white one. Let's see how this turns out. We'll just start layering it up. I just thought it'd be fun to bring the colors back in. I really thought you guys would want to do the car. And the car has a lot more bits and pieces to it and stuff, but I thought you guys would choose the car. But I'm glad you chose the cocoa because I think it's fun. I wanted to do the cocoa. This is the piece that I felt like doesn't look like it's square or like it's even. Got a bigger top and bottom than we do the sides. I don't know why, because the measurements are there. Oh, maybe the card base is off. Oh yeah, it is. Okay, there we go. As I say, that does not look right to me. Let's see if that makes it any better. Yeah, that's better. Okay. So we'll get this laid down there. I am the only one in this app who has made all my international community content go viral. Once it's in viral status, YouTube keeps pushing it out in their recommendation. So you don't know if you're going to do something for Friday or whatever for your anniversary? I get decent amount of views on my channel, but not viral. Now my craft room videos, those really get viewed, but I get decent views on my dailies, which is nice. Okay, so we're gonna bring this down. And we did 5. Oops, I'm losing my mind. This is where we're gonna do, I think we can get 3 3/4 by time on this and cover up all of that. We can. Okay. All right. Now, I have got to find. I feel like I want to bring in some color, and it's either that one or this one that we're going to use. So let us see. That looks like a good color. That looks kind of bright. Let's start with this, and if it's not dark enough, we can move up with the other one. So I'm just going to use my little pink, and we'll just take and I just want to add just a little bit of color around there. I think that's going to work. And we'll go all the way around again and just kind of darken up those edges, keeping the center light. And I think it'll be pretty. Okay. And we've got that. And it just kind of softened it up a little bit. I think that'll work. Doesn't need to be too harsh. Now I got to clean up all of this. And I keep my little alcohol handy. There we go. Okay. And I'm now officially standing, so I can sit down. Let's just layer this up. Oop, we got a glob on there. Yeah, I'm getting down to the end of my barely art. We're here, Shanna. So I need to get it ordered. I'm going to be not making cards. I've got some stuff I need to get ordered, that's for sure. There we go. Now, you can see it doesn't really give off that real stark white hue that it had because we put that around there. So we've got this. We've got this. Very simple background. We could have embossed or something like that. I think that'd be pretty. Yeah. Are you? That's why you've seen your own content coming up on the recommended list. Yeah. No. Yeah. I see my content more than I guess allude that I do. But ooh, I think I might add that to it. But you kind of get tickled. It's like, oh, here I am. I'm gonna do that. Yeah, that's cute. So, all right. I don't know how or why I'm getting gnats in here. There's nothing in here to draw a gnat in. And I've been fighting it for the last couple of weeks. I don't know if it's just that time of year. I've got a door right here, and the kids run in and out and leave the door open. But I thought I had some apples on the counter in the kitchen, which is in the other end of the house. And I thought maybe they were. So I pitched them. They were kind of getting old anyway. And I thought, well, maybe that's what it is. But we don't really have anything in the house that would be drawing gnats in. So I'm not really sure what's going on, but I've been fighting it. So if you see me swatting and swinging and hitting and all that, that's what I'm doing. Oh my goodness, that is so cute. Okay, now we're going to pop this baby up and just give it a little bit more dimension. Dawn is actually the one who told me to check out your channel. Oh yeah, I love Dawn. She is so sweet. I haven't seen her in the chat tonight. She must be busy doing something, but she is a sweetheart. I don't know if you guys have been following her. She's been going on walks and taking us on walks, and that's been fun to watch. She is in Maine, and so get to go on some walks with her and see the scenery. And she is a beekeeper. She's got some bees, and that's fun. I heard somebody told me that the bees are not doing well this year. I don't know what something's driving them off, or I don't know what, but that's not good. I think she had them arrive at her place and was very happy about it. So trying to line it up on the bottom there. I think it's cute. Cute little card. Now I have some sentiments somewhere that I had prepared. Not sure if I can find them. These are the ones that go with the Magi. Let the star guide your heart this Christmas, which is great for that. Rejoice, sending gifts of hope, love, and joy, and peace to you this season. Now, I also have, and I think these would be fun for this. I have the clear stamp and die of the month, and there were some fun ones with that. So let's just look at those. Oh, here we go. This one would be perfect. A cup of cheer just for you. Isn't that cute? We've got Merry Christmas. We could put that on the inside. Oh, here's one. Sending you cozy hugs and cocoa kisses. That's fun. Did I get that, Nat? Oh my goodness. Would that fit? That, I suppose that could fit. I like the cup of cheer, the way the cup of cheer fits better. And then we have stay warm and sip happily, which I didn't die cut out so well. Sending frosty hugs your way. Sending a dash of magic. Wishing you winter magic in every sip. I'm going to go with a cup of cheer just for you, and we'll put Merry Christmas on the inside, and I think that'll be cute. We also had stay snugly, and there is a snowflake that's cut out, but we're not going to add that. So we'll get this laid down on there. I think we're just going to do 2 cards tonight because it's 9 o'clock, and I'm sure Anne is getting sleepy, very sleepy. Hopefully we've put her to sleep so that she can get a good night's rest. So, all right. So we'll just lift that up. I'll put some glue in the back. I think I have some enamel dots too that we can use with it if I can locate them amongst all of my clutter that I have laying on my work area. That's cute. I want to put a little bit of glue there so that doesn't get broke off. Push that down. And then we're going to use our Merry Christmas on the inside. so that I don't forget to put something on it, which I do. And then at the last minute at Christmas, I'm trying to get all these sentiments on the insides of these cards. Now, tomorrow, like I said, we will be working with that Christmas kit from Spellbinders at 10 a.m. on my channel. So if you're interested in that, be sure to check that out. And then Daria will be working with something. She's got she gets the caboodles, which is awesome. That's that's all of the kits from Spellbinders. It's all the bells and whistles and everything. And that's cute. Now, this is not exactly what I was looking for. I've got another set that I wanted to use, but I think that could work. Oh, here it is. Want to use this? Yeah. That kind of matches with that. And then we have these pink. I think we can use this. This is an older set. I might as well get rid of them. Try and get rid of some of them. All right, where did that tool go? I like to use the little ones, so we'll just grab some of the little ones and we'll put them on our card and just add a little extra interest to it. See, this is where I'm like, I never know how to position them on here. It's like, how do I do this? Just come out like that. We're going to do a little triangle, I guess. Get a hold of them. There we go. And that is a fun card. Okay, so we did manage to get 2 cards made, and they look very different. We used the color palettes for them, and I think I kind of got close on this one. I think it's not bad. And this isn't too far off either. It's not, it's not exactly, the blue is a little bit more gray or muted blue than what I used, but I think it gave me a good inspiration and a good place to start for using some different colors that I wouldn't normally grab. So I think it turned out all right. So we've got our cup of cocoa, and we've got our fa la 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 la, which is the snow notes. And then I don't know where our other die set went. Got too much stuff lying around here. And then our Cocoa Wonderland. So I linked everything in the description box below. You can check it out. And if you shop with those links, it helps my channel. It helps Spellbinders to know that Shanna is using her product and she's promoting it. So I think it turned out really fun. So I'd encourage it. I didn't go into great detail with this, I don't think, but I did 1/2 inch, and then I stamped and heat embossed the names on there for this one. I haven't done these other ones yet. Now they show where you can just do a 1 inch by 1 inch on there, but I chose to do it like this just so I would know my names. And I think that's how I'll use mine. But anyway, I think it is super fun, and it gives you somewhere to start from a color standpoint. And it made me dig into my cardstock and find some colors that I don't normally gravitate to. So I'd encourage you to check that out. And it's super fun. So let's see what everybody's saying. Oh, caboodles of vintage stickers. That's very fun. Yeah. My speaking of vintage, today my son-in-law was showing us all of these vintage toys and said, "Did you guys have this when you were little? Did you have this?" And he kept showing us different products and stuff, and we're like, "Oh, we didn't have it, but so and so did," or whatever. So it was kind of fun. I don't know why he was looking at all this stuff. So thank you, B. I appreciate everybody watching. I think they turned out cute, and it was fun. And so I've got the other 2. Let me run through my cards real quick, and I'll show you. So this is upcoming on my channel. This one, it's upcoming. This is the Country Christmas collection from Annie Williams. I think the barn is upcoming, and I did a little fun fold on that. So there's lots of fun stuff. I think I ran this one already, which I love. I think the snowman ran already, and I think this one might have ran already as well. Very, very fun products from Spellbinders, but there's a couple of these that are upcoming this week. And then following those, I will be doing the Magi, the 3 Magi, and I will also be doing the Yuletide Ride. So that's what's going on my channel. I appreciate every one of you for stopping by. If you haven't, if you would hit the like before we leave, that would be wonderful. And if you haven't subscribed, I think most of you have, feel free to hit that subscription button. I'd love to have you as a member on my channel. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your evening and a blessed upcoming week. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. if you're around. Take care. Bye-bye now.